Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Casual Sunday at St. John's. It's great to see all of you here, and we welcome your presence. If you're watching online, you may be wondering what's going on. We're having a church-wide work day today, so we've shown up dressed appropriately for our work day today. And if you're here in Lubbock and you're watching, there's still plenty of time for you to come and join us. We'll begin our work day here in 15 or 20 minutes, something like that. We'll enjoy a picnic together at noon, and we will welcome anyone who would like to join us to come and join us this morning. Before we begin, I want to make you aware of a couple of things. Joe Sears, who is Susan Roberts' brother. Susan Roberts is our bell choir director. Joe, her brother, passed away this weekend. And so keep her and all of that family in your hearts and in your prayers this week. Also, Anne was going to be here this morning. She is taking care of a family medical crisis and is on her way back from Dallas right now. And she asks especially for prayers for her son, Cameron. And so keep her in your thoughts and prayers this morning as well. We wanted to begin this day together in worship, to be reminded that we are in t-shirts and jeans. We are still the people of God, and that when we come together, God's Spirit is with us. So let's begin this day thinking about the presence of God in our midst, allowing this prelude to draw us into this time together. Let us worship God. Now join me, please, as we begin this liturgy for our work day. Sheltering God, you have been our dwelling place in all generations. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever you had formed the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting you are God, because you have made this day. And because it is by your Spirit that we have been gathered together in this very moment of this day. We begin this day with thankfulness, reverently acknowledging your presence among us and in us. Stand, please, as we sing.
If you can please join me in the stewardship reading. 4 generations now have been joined together by one calling to love and serve God and God's world as a people, bearing the name St. John's United Methodist Church. As a family of faith, we are heirs to fields we did not purchase, crops we did not plant, harvests we did not gather. We are heirs and stewards of a household, united in a story that God is writing. Our work this day is a grateful response to God's love. Let our work be animated with God's joy. Let us be mindful of the generations who have gone before us and strengthened by the fellowship of all who work alongside us today.
Good morning. My name is Sarah Knuckles, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm the lay leader here at St. John's. I've been here since 1997, that's 24 years. And in that time, I've served as the Children's Council Chair, a Sunday school volunteer. I've worked as a wonderful Wednesday Children's Choir volunteer. I've been the Worship Committee Chair, the leader of the Chrismon Group, and a member of the trustees. In the 24 years here, I have seen my children participate in the children's musical. I've watched my children be confirmed here, seen their high school graduations, celebrations, and my son was married here. I've participated in Advents, Lents, baptisms. I've seen the weddings of St. Johners that I love, and the funerals of my church family. All of this in the building that I love, that we love. I've met I've met new friends and celebrated all these joys with the people that are my old friends. I know that you all have the same experiences and memories in this building. Today, we honor those that love and care for this building, our church home. So stand with me if you have ever volunteered in these positions. Stand if you have ever been a trustee. Stand if you have ever helped with the parking lot. If you have ever helped to record the history of our church, a historian recorded the art or participated in that. If you would stand if you have ever volunteered in the office. I'd also like to especially thank Kyle Collins and Emily Johnson, who have worked tirelessly in our office. I also have to thank David Cranford and John Dotz, who maintain and care for our building and volunteer beyond their work hours. So I want to thank all of these people who love and care for our church home.
We give thanks for these volunteers and for the ministries that are made possible by their service. We give thanks that they have responded to your call, offering their time and gifts, their creativity and energy, their faith and devotion and service to us and to you. Together with them, we receive your calling as both a responsibility and an opportunity. And we ask for eyes to see all that you are doing in our world, that we might joyfully join you in loving service. In your holy name, amen.
join me in the benediction that is printed in your worship bulletin. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. May the warmth of God's pleasure rest upon us. May laughter and light fill our day. Go in the love and fellowship of the family of God. We go in grace and peace. Amen. Please be seated. Before Sarah comes to give us some instruction for this morning, thank God for head ushers. We did not receive formally an offering this morning, but if you have brought an offering and you wish to give this morning, before you leave, just run by and drop that here in this basket. And we thank you very much. Sarah?
All right, now for the fun part, right? I appreciate you guys coming and being willing to work this morning. I asked Jay to step up real quick to speak about the parking lot sign up. In the hallway, we have our volunteer sign-ups for several things that we need volunteers for here at the church. So I'm going to ask Jay to speak real quickly about the process and how the parking lot works for game days. And then I'll give you instructions for our work day.
It's exciting to have tech football back this year, and so with that, we will be running our parking lot. If you don't know what we do sell spots for $10 a spot on game days. So a lot of people come park. We have lots of regulars that actually come year after year, and a lot of them even donate a little extra. So that's always it's a great fundraiser for the church. As Sarah said, we do have the signups out there on the tables. We've got a few slots for different shifts. We start at about 4 hours before kickoff. So the September 11th and September 18th games, our first two, we already know those are 6 p.m. games, so we will open at 2 o'clock. We'll have a first shift that runs from 2 to close, which is right at kickoff or whenever we sell out. Hopefully we sell out early and we can shut down. And then our second shift is starts 2 hours before kickoff, so those games will start at 4 o'clock for those shifts for those two games. We have people that we bring cars in right here in the front of the sanctuary. We have people taking money there. We have people kind of directing traffic where to go, so we can kind of do it as orderly as possible, so it's easier to keep track of our spots. But it's real easy work. If you want to come work, you can sign up and you get to pick what you're working or who you're working for. Youth, you can work towards your own account, raise money for camps, camp costs, camp fees, trips for youth groups, spirit wind fees, anything that you're involved in kind of through the church and the church ministries. If you're an adult, you can work for your child, for your youth as well, and that can go to their account. If you're a church member, I know one person has talked about making it go maybe towards scholarship fund for the scholarship singers is what she would like for her hours to go towards. But it's an hourly rate that you get, so it's a great time, easy. My favorite part is the fellowship that you get out of it. So everybody, check out the signups. We don't have all the game times yet, so a lot of it on there after the first two are all TBA. It may be a week out, depending on ESPN or whoever picks up and televises the game. But we will also, after this, and we kind of get this going, we'll also have an online sign up that will post the spreadsheet on the Connects page that you can also sign up online and kind of get updates on game times and all that. So if you have any questions, just let us know.
Funny story about the account that I had with working in the parking lot. Alicia and Dale Holligan have been keeping the tree at their house, and Dale Holligan puts the tree up for us every year. And Alicia accidentally ran over the Christmas tree with her car twice, boom, boom, and on her way to get her nails done. And so I had enough money in my account to pay for a new Christmas tree. So it's very, very beneficial. So before, let me give you a few instructions about how this day is going to work. There are jobs all over the church to do, so if it's not just outside. We've got people who are willing to be kind of captains throughout the church. Colleen Sedberry is going to be upstairs, and we've got a whole list of things to do, taking out trash, straightening up rooms, and things like that. So Colleen, if you are willing to work upstairs, she is going to meet you right outside the resource room. Sally Abbey is going to be in the garden room, and also in here in the sanctuary we've got the MREs set up to make those bags for people that come in and just come into the church and are hungry, and she can explain that to you. Sally Jackson is going to meet you if you're willing to work outside, and there's quite a bit to do outside. We won't get it all done today, but we can make a head start. Right in the grassy area between the two doors, right outside the church there. And Kyle is going, if you would like to work in the office area, he has several jobs, so if you could go into the office if you're willing to work in there. He's got some jobs in the office. And then Marie Cox is going to work with the youth upstairs in the youth area. And so we've got kids, and also if you'd like to work with them, they're going to be upstairs. We'll finish up about noon, and then we will have lunch for you guys. We've got hot dogs and all the fixings that go along with that. We'll have seating outside, inside, and then if you've brought lawn chairs or just want to sit on the grass, that would be great too. So I really appreciate everybody showing up, and if you have any questions, I'll be running around. And also, if you're on SPRC or on Small Council, if you'll stand up, and then the rest of you guys kind of take a look and see who these people are, and if you have questions, they can definitely help you with any questions that you have. So, let's clean.